I'm Teisha Bader with Shalom TV's news update for Friday, September the 19th, 2014. Israel Border Police arrested a 29-year-old Palestinian man yesterday who said he was planning to attack an IDF soldier in Jerusalem. Border Police were suspicious of the man when he approached a tunnel passage near the Palestinian village of Beit Jala in the West Bank by foot, even though it is meant for vehicles only. They also spotted something in his clothing which turned out to be a pickaxe he was concealing. The man, who is from Bethlehem, was handed over to Israel police for further questioning. The case of jailed Jewish-American contractor Alan Gross is back in the courts. The Associated Press reports that an attorney for Gross, who has been jailed in Cuba for over 4 years, will argue today that he should be allowed to sue the U.S. government. Gross was arrested and jailed for providing computer and internet access to the Jewish community in Cuba back in 2009, while he was working as a subcontractor for the U.S. government's U.S. Agency for International Development. Last year, a lower court judge threw out the lawsuit, saying that federal law bars lawsuits against the government based on injuries suffered in foreign countries. But Gross's lawyers appealed and appeared before a 3-judge panel of the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit today. Americans for a Safe Israel have organized a mass protest against the Metropolitan Opera's presentation of The Death of Klinghoffer, the controversial opera that has been subject to much criticism, claiming that it glorifies terror. The opera portrays the events of October the 7th, 1985, when 69-year-old Leon Klinghoffer, a Jewish man confined to a wheelchair, was on a cruise on the Achille Lauro along with his wife Marilyn, when 4 hijackers from the Palestinian Liberation Front took them and the other passengers and crew hostage, demanding the release of 50 Palestinians held in Israeli jails. They singled out Klinghoffer, shot and killed him in his wheelchair, and threw him overboard. Many in the Jewish community have expressed their concern about the opera, as they say it attempts to justify the terrorists. The American Jewish Committee's executive director David Harris said today that with the increase in anti-Western, anti-American, anti-Semitic, and anti-Israel terrorism in the world today, we should not rationalize or humanize acts of terrorism or terrorists. Harris said, in this era of ISIS, Boko Haram, Al-Qaeda, Hamas, Hezbollah, and other jihadi organizations, we must not desecrate the memory of terrorist victims, nor offer rationales, artistic or otherwise, that could be seen to justify or contextualize the targeting of civilians. The mass protest will take place this coming Monday, September the 22nd at 4 in the afternoon across from the Lincoln Center Plaza at Broadway and 65th Street in New York City. Shalom TV will be there covering the event. The American Israel Public Affairs Committee, or AIPAC, America's pro-Israel lobby, commended the U.S. Senate for unanimously passing the United States-Israel Strategic Partnership Act last night, a bipartisan bill authored by Democratic Senator Barbara Boxer of California and Republican Roy Blunt of Missouri. Among other things, the bill declares that Israel is a major strategic partner of the U.S., something AIPAC says lays the foundation for further cooperation in many arenas, including defense, intelligence, homeland security, energy, water, agriculture, and alternative fuel technologies. Earlier this year, a companion bill was passed in the House of Representatives. The 2 versions of the bill must now be reconciled and sent to President Obama for his approval. And the House unanimously approved a resolution last night condemning anti-Semitism and urging more serious efforts to combat its rise. The resolution was authored by Republican Peter Roskam of Illinois, New York Democrats Gerald Nadler and Nita Lowey, and Republican Kay Granger of Texas. The 4 wrote that the unanimous passage of the bill sends a clear and strong message against anti-Semitism. Writing, "We must ensure the world views such actions for what they are, the vile and hate-fueled persecution of an entire people, rather than an acceptable expression of frustration with political events in the Middle East or anywhere else. The United States," it said, "must continue to play an essential role in shining a spotlight on the ugly resurgence of anti-Semitism, as well as all forms of religious discrimination." Co-sponsors in the House of the bill include House Foreign Affairs Committee Chairman Republican Ed Royce of California, Ranking Member Democrat Eliot Engel of New York, Middle East Subcommittee Chairwoman Republican Ileana Ros-Lehtinen, and Ranking Member Democrat Ted Deutsch of Florida. The resolution also calls for U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry to use his influence and undertake several measures to help in fighting anti-Semitism as well. And turning now to our Shalom TV programming for tonight, Friday, September the 19th. Live Shabbat services are coming up at 6 o'clock from New York City's Central Synagogue. And later tonight at 9 o'clock, Shalom TV's Jewish Film Festival presents the Yiddish classic Tevye. That's tonight on Shalom TV and shalomtv.com. And that's Shalom TV's news update for Friday, September the 19th, 2014. I'm Teisha Bader. Shabbat Shalom.